right back. I'm only 8. And I was thinking, right back, I don't even know that position.
Scored 15 goals and they put you back in right.
I went back to right back. I used to have the number 7 shirt on.
Oh, yeah.
They sort your accommodation out. But there was nowhere to live. And I was like, is this what Holland's all about? I was like, I'm not living here. Some of the tackles weren't great. Like, they're on the internet, and I was a little bit like, ooh. And I was just like, oh, God, this needs to stop. But the thing is, there's no better feeling than scoring a goal. Still doing, what you love and getting paid for, something like that. And I think you should never take it for granted. So he'd probably go home. He's like, I was like, why? He's like, going England. And I was like, God, fuck off.
Let's do it.
Hello and welcome to Fijian the Ginge. I'm your host, Diaz, a Fijian.
I'm Liam the Ginge.
We got a massive guest today. Played for Chelsea almost 18 years. In the Championship playing, and he's leading the promotion push for the Premier League. It's Todd Kane.
You all right, boys?
How you doing?
We'll get the cheers in the background. Go on, everyone. Sorry, Kane. Sorry, Kane. How's the fit been for you at Coventry? Obviously moved club. How have you fit in well and all of that?
From day one, when I joined, I was in contact with the manager and the assistant. The assistant manager was my Chelsea manager for 4 or 5 years. Yeah. So that's how it come about, really. When they kind of knew that I was available, that I was looking to leave QPR, and got in contact. We had a chat. And then it just went from there. Yeah. Since I've joined, I've loved it. The training's good. The boys are ledge, really. Yeah. The manager and AD,
You've got a good little team there, though.
Yeah. No, we have
doing
to be
well
fair.
this season.
Nah, we're actually doing really well.
Yeah,
and look. What, we 4th in the league now?
it's not bad, is it?
You know what I mean? So
coming up to Christmas, busy period.
Oh,
Championships are rough one.
It's always a push, though, isn't it? Once after Christmas, it always seems to be Christmas can be a turning point in the season. Sometimes you can either go that way or go that way, can't you?
Like, on the minute we're on 32 points.
Yeah.
And this is probably starting last Saturday against Sheffield to the next 4 games. Probably will be the hardest run of games of the season, if I'm going to be honest. Yeah. Obviously, further the season goes on, but at the minute, the first part of the season, on paper, we've got all the, Bournemouth, West Brom, Sheffield United, the Premier League, massive clubs.
Still with really good players as well.
No, exactly. And, we'll probably be the underdogs going into them games. We got a good 0-0 away at Sheffield the other day. Birmingham the other night, and to be fair, look, we get 35 points, before Christmas. That's some going, you know what I mean? That's 2 points a game, and that's 70 points coming into the season. That's playoffs, so we'll just have to see and just take every game as it is. Yeah,
I've noticed with QPR and with Coventry, they both play with the wing backs. Yeah. Do you see yourself more as a right wing back then, or a right back?
I'm quite versatile. The best part of my game's going forward. Yeah. If I'm being honest, so I do like wing back, but also you have to, get your ass back as well.
You got to be quite fit, didn't you, to play wing back? Just up and down, up and down.
Yeah. To be fair, that is my best position, if I'm being honest. And I'm higher up the pitch. Yeah. Get crosses into the box and just be more involved, really. Yeah. But I do also like right back, because everything's in front of you. Yeah. And that was kind of my bread and butter, really. But
you can see the whole game.
My game's more going forward, so as a wing back, it's just I'm just a little bit more higher, and that's it, really. But I like both.
I just want to circle back to Chelsea when you first started. Yeah. I think it was under 8s you started in. When you started there, I know normally people in the academies and that, they might be like a winger, striker sort of thing. Did you start as a right back there, or was you more pushed higher?
No. Look, when you're younger, everyone wants to score goals. Don't they? You know what I mean?
They do say that a right back's a failed right mid, don't they?
Yeah,
well, that's why I'm a wing back. To be fair, I was always, higher up the pitch. Yeah. Winger, striker, 10 midfield, you just play. And then when I'm going to say, I used to play right wing all the time. And then at 15, I'll always remember this moment. A man called Bob Osborne, he was my under-8s manager, and he said to me, mum and dad, and to myself at 8, he'll play right back when he's older, be a professional right back. And I thought, what's he on about? You know what I mean?
Angry. I just come home and that.
Right back. I'm only 8. And I was thinking, right back, I don't even know that position. Anyway, 15, Chelsea converted me into a right back because it'd be the best pathway for me to get into the first team. And yeah, I ain't looked back, and I think it's probably my best position.
Is that what they do then? They sort of mould you in how they think you're going to fit into the first team, where you're going to be in the first team, where's your best position for the first team. Yeah. And they just sort of tell you from that position.
Kind of tell you from there, and
that's interesting.
And coach you and train and everything like that. And then you play games at weekends. And when I signed as a scholar, 16, I was right back, but then I was playing right wing at the same time. Because I was still, able to get forward, and I was top goal scorer, got scorer of the year, 15 goals, and then that was it.
Should have stayed right.
I know.
You scored 15 goals and they put you back in right.
I went back to right back. I used to have the number 7 shirt.
Oh yeah, I'd be fuming if I just scored 15 goals. I'd be pissed. I'm going back to right back.
But then no, it was just about the pathway into the first team.
Yeah.
So that was it really, and it it would have been the right decision. Then I had, when I was a little bit older, everything was all agreed to be into the first team. I was at 21. I was playing in Holland. I'd done my ACL on the last game of the season, and I just sit there and wish I shouldn't have played. You know what I mean? It was my last game, and it would what the staff and everyone said at Chelsea would have been spot on, and would have had an opportunity to play. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason, and I'm still playing, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of people out there that have had injuries and had to stop playing.
Well, ACL used to be that injury where everyone was like, once you do your ACL, your career could be over. I'm not sure how it's changed now with obviously technology and the physios and all
of course,
stuff like that.
With at Chelsea as well at the time, it was they had the best facilities in the world. Yeah. So look, with what they've done for me for my whole career, I'm so grateful, and I still keep in contact with the guy that I did my treatment with every day. I was with him for 18 months, non-stop, from 9 o'clock till 9 o'clock at night. Sometimes we was doing things, and just needed to just do everything right, you know what I mean? So that was it. But to be honest, as I said, still playing, enjoying at a very good level, and hopefully I can crack on and
well, you're still young as well.
Yeah, I'm only 28.
Pushing for promotion, hopefully be in the Premier League next year.
Yeah, exactly. Like, considering I missed 2 years of football,
it's not bad, is it?
26 really.
No, yeah.
8, you know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I go into dressing rooms and now I'm classed as a senior player. Yeah. But I still feel like I'm only 21.
Yeah, no, I read that on the Coventry website. It was like he's all the experience and stuff like that. I was thinking 27. They're talking about you you're 32 years old or something.
And at the end of his career.
Yeah.
I've got another 10 years. You know what I mean?
I feel like people now though with football are a lot older or playing a lot older. Because all the technology and stuff.
And the facilities and
facilities and just everything, you're being monitored more, and it's all down to like nutrition and just looking after yourself. Behind the scenes really and stuff like that more now. So I've got easy 10 years, you know what I mean? I want to go as long as I can. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, why would I want to stop doing something I love? Even if I drop down to any sort of leagues, play with my mates.
Would that be the goal for you, coaching and stuff like that then?
As of the last 6 months, I've actually really thought about it a lot. Yeah. I thought to myself, you know what? I want to maybe get into coaching, but at the same time, I have thought about, I reckon, if I had good staff around me, I might have a chance at being a manager.
Yeah.
Really?
I think I've, with some of the, I've been at a lot of clubs, and I sit there and I think, you know what, I've took a lot of information from other clubs, and, I've got like a diary at home with all different sessions and stuff like that. And I always sit there and think to myself, you know what, I reckon I could have a go at it. Might be good, you know what I mean? But I'll give it a go.
So I mean, you kind of subconsciously thought, if you're taking notes and stuff like that, that's already the good mindset.
Yeah, I'm going to do my badges and that soon. Because I was going to do them last summer, but obviously because of COVID. But yeah, I'm going to get my badges done, and they're there if I ever need them.
How do you go around playing and doing the badges?
Yeah,
I've always thought about that.
So you can do your badges throughout the season. So obviously after training and stuff with the younger age groups, you'll get someone coming in from the FA to, watch you take sessions and stuff with the younger kids.
Yeah.
You can do it like that, or you can do it at the end of the season. There's a place in Ireland that you can do it, but I don't know 100%, what it's all about. But I know there's 2 options, and the PFA help you.
That's good.
Yeah, so I think that'd be me and my best friend. He plays football as well, so he'll be probably a good thing to do.
Go with each other. It'd be like a holiday.
He can be my assistant.
Your assistant.
But I just want to circle back to when you were saying playing abroad.
Yeah.
What was that experience like, going abroad and playing?
Loved it.
So they coach you differently than they do in the UK?
Well, I came from Chelsea, so it's a little bit... was the same. It's all about, playing football. Didn't very rare kick the ball long and stuff like that. So I went there, and I reckon I went there maybe 2 years too late. Because my first loans were in England, and obviously in the Championship at the time, the football was totally different.
Yeah.
I was the smallest in the team. Everyone was just kicking it onto my head, and I was obviously learning. And that was obviously a massive learning, turning point as well, and a learning curve. But going to Holland, I loved it. And, as I said before, if I didn't do my ACL, I'd sit there now and look back at it and think, that was probably the massive turning point in my career where, I turned into a man and progressed my career of how I always visioned it.
How do they sort of communicate? Like, obviously, when you're abroad, the coaches are obviously foreign. You're English. Was you the only English guy in the team, or was there other?
Yeah, well, so basically, I went to... There was 2 clubs in Holland, but the first one's called NEC Nijmegen. The manager was from PSV. He wanted to take me to PSV, and then he was the assistant at PSV, and then he got the first team job at NEC, and I didn't know this team. Like, you know what I mean? And so, anyway, he called Chelsea and said, look, I'm going here, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to come? I said, yeah. So I didn't know this team, went there, and, I loved it.
So they do give you the option, so you do get to decide where you go, or do Chelsea just come to you and go, like...
No, so clubs contact Chelsea, or if they've got, a connection with the club, 9 times out of 10, the club goes to Chelsea and says, look, we want this player, and then Chelsea say, look, it's good to go there or not good to go there for your development.
So they give you an option. They don't just say, right, see you next season, you're off to Holland.
No.
Yeah. No, back your bags. See you in a year. Do you know what I mean?
To be honest, it was like, well, you go here or, bring something else to the table that you think's good for yourself. That was it, really. And obviously I was a little bit nervous.
Yeah, anyone would be.
Yeah, because I've always, lived away from home, so them kind of things didn't really faze me. It was more going to another country.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
And yeah, but you know what? From the first day, I did the training session. I can remember it right now. I got back to my hotel room. It was lovely, and I thought, oh, this is lovely on holiday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to training, come back in the sun, get a suntan. You can't do this at home, can you? Aircon in the room. I was chilling out, loving it. And then I sat down and I rang my mum and dad, and I was like, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Like, yeah, it's really good, blah, blah, blah. A little bit, I've never been homesick.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit like, bloody hell, like, that's it. Like, I'm here for the year. Don't get me wrong, my mum and dad come over every week to watch the games and that, but I was thinking, where am I going to live? I was in a hotel for 6 months.
6 months living out of a hotel?
Living in a hotel.
Jesus.
Do they not sort you out any sort of accommodation?
They do. Every club you go to, it's in the contract with their, they sort your accommodation out, but there was nowhere to live. Like, I'm being honest with you. I was there, and I was going to view these properties, right? And I was like, is this what Holland's all about? I was like, I'm not living here. I live in a hotel.
What is Holland like, though? I've never been to Holland. What is it? But not Ajax, obviously, but...
Bikes.
Is it?
Yeah.
People riding around. Europe's like that, man. When you go to Barcelona, everyone's on them little peds and they move reckless.
I've had a few accidents and all.
Yeah.
Driving on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
Ain't great.
I wouldn't be able to get my head around
Mate,
all
I'm
that.
telling you, it was a bit of a nightmare. They gave me a car, a Toyota Yaris, right?
Oh my
Electric.
God.
I'm bowling around where I live to train in the back, blah, blah, blah. All the boys are like buzzing, they've got their cars and that. I'm thinking, like, I've never drove on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
I'm in this little Toyota Yaris, mate. I'm going to airports, pick mum and dad up, friends, missus, and all this. And I was just like, oh, I like this. Like, no one cared. Like, it's so laid back. Like,
yeah.
just because you play football, no, everyone like is normal.
Just different to over here.
Totally different. In England, it's all about having a nice car and nice things.
Yeah,
mate, this car cost me €25 a month.
I'd have taken it. I'll take the Yaris now for €25.
You know what I mean? And I was just like, you know what? I love it.
Yeah,
I was bowling around in it. Yeah, and
is there less
really enjoyed
pressure
it
in them countries as well?
Yeah, because I was away from everything.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone was looking at me, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was just able to play my game. I played every week. Got the most yellow cards in Eredivisie. So that was a good stat.
That's that championship mentality.
Yeah,
it's a physical league, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
like,
physical, man.
But the thing is,
sort of football.
From England going there, I love tackling. And every tackle I went in for was a yellow card.
Yeah.
And the manager was like,
50-50s and
always,
stuff like that.
Some of the tackles weren't great. Like they're on the internet, and I was a little bit like, ooh.
Yeah.
So, and obviously I don't speak Dutch, but I understand it.
Yeah.
So I'd watch Fox Sport because I didn't have English telly, and I'd be sitting there, and all of a sudden, all I heard was Todd Kane, and I was just like, "Hey, turn it up," but I can't understand it obviously as much as at the time. And they'll just see me two-footing some geezer and getting a yellow. And anyway, I get a video message through one of the lads. Oh, Toddy, this is what they're saying about you, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, oh, God, this needs to stop. But no, I loved it. And then I was going to sign for Ajax in January. I had, big clubs coming in for me.
Ajax?
Ajax wanted me. And I said to Chelsea, I want to go. Like, I can't turn this down.
Yeah, it's a huge move.
I said to the manager at the time, look, I want to go. Chelsea said no. Chelsea stopped it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was one thing I hold against them.
Huge for development as well. Ajax are really good at development.
And at the time, they were flying.
They got a good setup, didn't they?
Yeah, it's amazing. Went there, like Bergkamp was calling me. Everything at Chelsea, like, no, stay at this club where you're playing. You're going to be with the first team next year. So I was just like, look, I appreciate that, but I want to go. Anyway, it didn't happen. Chelsea said no, put a stop to it.
Can they? So they can do that with transfers though. Like simple, you're not going. You're on contract.
No, see you later. But the other team, like I said to the manager, look, Ajax have come into me. He was just like, okay, cool. I understand if you want to go. I said, yeah, I do. And then Chelsea said no.
You must have been playing well then in Holland.
I was playing.
Sounds like you were playing some of your best football.
Yeah, I was probably playing the best football at the time in my career, and I was so happy. And that's what it comes down to.
I think that's that if you're happy, it's gonna be coming in.
You're going to play game,
of course football. It is.
Even at the levels. I'm not talking about. We ain't on no championship.
No.
But even over the park, if I'm thinking of, right when all your friends are there, if they're all laughing at me for a bad touch, I don't want the ball.
But the thing is, there's no better feeling than scoring a goal.
No,
I don't care whether you're playing with your mates, playing with my little nephew in the garden, or playing in front of 50,000. There's no better feeling than scoring a goal.
Yeah.
And I was just like...
We're just interrupting this podcast for a quick sponsorship break. This sponsor is a sponsor we use ourselves. You don't get the best logos or thumbnails unless you head over to our brother at Ollie D Graphics on Instagram. He does everything, ranging from logo designs, illustrations, animations, and much, much more. Head over to his Instagram, shoot him a little DM, say the Fijian sent you, or the Ginge. He might even chuck in a little extra. With excellent customer service, brilliant pricing, it really, really is a no-brainer. All his links are in the description, whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening to us on Spotify. And now we get back with the pod. Thank you.
This is what I want to do.
I've said that same thing to people, and obviously I'm not there. Like I said, I ain't played in front of not even 100 people. I don't think there. But I was speaking to someone about it. I think it was Liam who come on the other week, and he said that the feeling wherever you score a goal is always the same. Like, no, like, yeah, it might mean a little bit more because of people in a crowd and stuff like that. But it all kind of he feels the same if he scores in five-a-side than he does.
It's true.
Is that a true thing, or is it like? But I'm thinking if you scored in front of 20,000,
it depends obviously what kind of game it is. If you're scoring the winner in a derby, 90th minute, it's going to be totally different. I'm diving in the fans.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That ain't happened yet.
Yeah,
actually, it happened in the reserve final when I was at Chelsea. I scored the winner against Blackburn, and that was probably the best feeling I've had scoring a goal, but I still get the same buzz now.
Yeah.
But obviously that was like to win a trophy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a little bit different, but the scoring a goal feeling's amazing.
And then the year later, it was Blackburn again in the FA Youth Cup, wasn't it? Or they did switch
the other way around.
The other way around. So the Youth Cup was first, and then the Premier League was first. That is mental.
Yeah.
And on the Youth Cup year, you actually went over with the squad to Munich, didn't you?
Yeah, I was in the squad.
That's bonkers.
Yeah, I was in the 18-man squad.
How did that feel?
For me and my family, and I was just like, this is where I want to be. Like, I'm at Chelsea. I was 18, 19 at the time. I was in the squad and travelling and on the flight and in the hotel and everything, like, and being a Chelsea fan as well. Like, I can't explain, what the feeling was like.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I just said to myself, one day I'll be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I felt I was on the right path. But yeah, injuries happen.
It's what happens in life, man.
Of course
you
it
get
does.
knocked down, you get back up.
That's where
it's all about the bounce back. It's all about how you bounce back.
Yeah, and it's in any work of life. But obviously that was my dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was a little bit more sour.
Yeah.
And I used to, come into training every day on crutches and getting out of the taxi and walking in, and I see, boys there that are in my position now from where I should have been.
And you were knocking, and you obviously were holding your own in the team and stuff like that. So it probably was more sour in that.
Of course it
respect,
is.
Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
but you know what? I'm playing, as I said, now at a very good level.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Back enjoying my football again, and that's all that matters.
That is all that matters, isn't it? Really, you just want to be enjoying.
Yeah, you're very lucky to be in this position, whatever level, to be a professional. And I think it was like a 0.2% players from academies that are playing in Championship football or above.
Yeah.
So when I look at stats like that, I think me and all them other boys that are playing at this level, and even League Two and that, you're still doing what you love and getting paid for something like that, and I think you should never take it for granted.
No, and like you said, your journey's not even over.
No,
you never know. You could be doing that, but I don't know. I think you definitely could be doing that, especially if Coventry got up this year.
Mate.
And how the bounces have been recently. The Championship teams, when they've gone up, the first season in the Premier League,
look at Brentford.
They've bounced. Brentford are
smashing it. Ivan Toney's having
it's a totally different league.
Yeah,
it's harder than the Prem, but obviously if you go to the Prem, you need to spend money to. Chef U, they did Ledger first year, then they got sussed out from the teams.
Yeah, they're one-trick pony.
Yeah, and then at the same time, they was in there for 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Burnley did it up and down, and you get the parachute payments.
That's what I was going to say. The thing is with the Championship is when you come out of the Premier League, they get that massive parachute payment. So 9 times out of 10, they're going to be buying the best players from the Championship the season before. So they'll buy the top goal scorer.
Look at Fulham.
And then what they'll do is they'll buy all the best players and they'll bounce straight back up again.
Mitrovic he might be one of the best Championship strikers though ever, isn't it?
If he leaves Fulham, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah.
He's got it so good there.
Yeah.
Goes to the Prem, you get your bonus for going up, winning the Championship, going in the Prem, you know what I mean, scoring a few goals, might get relegated again, but you're still living in London for all these times, you know what I mean? What a club. 9 times out of 10 winning most games.
Yeah.
It's a nice area for them as well, isn't it?
It's probably it's one of the best places part of London to live in.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Right next to Chelsea as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but I do just want to go back to that Champions League when you're in the squad. What was it like training around some of them sorts of players like Didier Drogba, Frank Lampard?
At first, when you're younger, when the cameras and that are taking photos, the first thing I said to the cameraman, you need to get some of them over to me. Yeah. I send them over to my mum and dad, and you set them up as screensavers and stuff like that. It was amazing. But then I started to get a relationship with some of them.
Yeah.
And still now I have a good relationship with a few of the boys from the first team that were there at the time.
Who did you like? Can you say who did you get friendly with? Or?
Yeah, John Terry.
John T.
Yeah. John Terry.
Gary Cahill.
Crazy. Gary Cahill.
Yeah.
John Terry is probably one of the best captains ever to play football. When I see him for England do that dive on the floor, someone's taking a shot, and I see him do like a penguin dive for England, and he was going to put his life on the line for the game. Do you know what I mean? He is exactly. he is a legend.
He is a legend of the game.
No, and even still now,
and I'm not really a fan of Chelsea. Do you know what I mean?
But
I do appreciate good football. And
I still keep in contact now with him.
Yeah,
do you?
Yeah. To be always.
Where was he? Wasn't he coaching at Aston Villa? But he's not there no more.
No, like even came down to Ashley Cole. A few of my friends from home went to LA, and when he was at LA Galaxy, I get a FaceTime from one of my mates, and obviously they were steaming in that, and they were like, "Oh, Toddy, look," and there's Ashley Cole sitting there with my mate saying, "Oh, Toddy," and he was having a great time and saying hello and that, and obviously my mates couldn't really understand like the friendship I had.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always got on really well. I had a lot of respect and, always done everything that I was asked. And yeah, I always got on really well, and I think they appreciated the kind of person I was. You know what I mean? And yeah.
Obviously, training with all them all the time. Was there anyone you sort of thought was just stood out and thought this person's got something just different?
Lampard's the best trainer I've ever watched.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking. He's the best trainer I've ever watched.
Does he train how he plays?
Yeah. But not even that. Like, the way he trains is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, wow.
And even when he took over Chelsea, though, with bringing in all the players. So I did want to ask you about, obviously, you come through the youth team and stuff like that. Yeah. It was kind of, the perception for fans outside of supporting Chelsea and stuff like that is the players never get a chance.
Yeah.
They get sent out on loan. They're here, there. Like, they don't really get broken in. But when Lampard went, it kind of all changed, obviously, because he had to bring players through. But do you see it as, is that the perception you have on Chelsea, or is it different being a part of it?
For me, it happened 3 years too late, because the players that were in at the time, before Lampard got the job, we was winning everything. And with none of us really got the chance. One of my good friends, Josh McEachran, he got the opportunity with Carlo Ancelotti. But managers there are so under pressure. It was all about winning. And their squads were so good, don't get me wrong, but you're playing in the Carling Cup against Norwich. A few of us are on the bench, winning 4-0, none of us come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a little bit like, obviously the staff and everyone at the club's like, why are the young kids not playing, blah, blah, blah. But I do understand it to a certain extent, but I don't, because you're winning 4-0, you just like bring on the young kids, even if it's just one.
Yeah.
For the fans and for the club and for the player that's doing well. And it happened so many times. Toddy, you're going to be on the bench next week, blah, blah, blah. The first team manager will speak to me saying, you're going to travel, be on the bench. Like, it was such an amazing feeling, but it was just 3 years too late, I felt.
Yeah.
And then, Lampard got the job. He was going to take me to Derby. So it was all...
Frank was?
Yeah, it was all arranged for me to go to Derby.
But when he took over, obviously, there.
Yeah. So he... and my contract was running up in the summer. And I didn't accept the extension because I was going to Derby and I felt it's the right thing for me to do. Anyway, so I think it was like a week or 2 weeks when I was just about to sign when it kind of expired, my deal. I get a text. I'm going to Chelsea. And I was just like, what am I going to do now?
Well, he texts you saying that?
No, his someone contacted my agent. So he must have told my agent to say, look, I've got the job, like, blah, 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 sorry.
Jesus, man.
I got a text from my my agent saying, Lampard's got the Chelsea job. And then obviously it come out on the telly.
What kind of feelings would you feel in that?
I was just sitting there thinking, right, how am I going to get this contract signed at Chelsea? Because it hadn't expired yet. But then they got the transfer embargo. So by the time like all the paperwork would have gone through and stuff, the embargo would have started. So you can't sign a player. So it's too late. And I was just like, you were joking me.
Oh, God. That was a stroke.
Yeah.
That is bad fortune, that.
So, another one, a bit of bad luck, but I'm enjoying my football again.
It's all part of the journey, man.
You know what I mean? And I've got so many stories and memories and, I've still got years to, play in that. So it's all up here.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? And it's good. And Just don't take it for granted.
Even being around some of them players, like you said, even being able to train with Frank Lampard and stuff like that, for some people would be like...
And I was a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
So I think they loved the way I was. Like, I'd go in there and I'd just be buzzing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where some boys would come across maybe with an attitude.
Yeah.
Whereas, you were just happy to be there and be around these players.
Yeah. Like, I would literally, if they said, Toddy, go and pick up that, I'll go and do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, so would I.
You would. You know what I mean? I would.
100%.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I'm with the Chelsea first team.
Yeah.
I'm a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if they're asking me to do it, I'll do it. You know what I mean?
Was Hazard around these? Like, around
Hazard was there. He's the most bovis guy I've ever met in training.
Bovis? Like, just...
Like, he just trains with his laces undone.
Yeah.
Walks about.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything.
He kind of looks like that when he's playing, though. And then he kind of just, like...
He comes to life when the ball hits his feet.
Mate, I promise you now, he didn't do anything in training. He just says, no, I'm not doing that running. I'm not doing that running. And I was just like, oh, we was in Seattle at the time. We was in Seattle on a pre-season tour. And I'm there doing doggies, yeah?
Yeah.
So's everyone else. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like 18. And I was sitting there thinking, this player's just signed, yeah? And he's not asked about training, not asked about having his laces, whatever. And he's just like, no, I'm not doing it. And I was just like, oh, bloody hell. Anyway, come the game, we played against Seattle. He must have scored a hat-trick, set up 3 goals. Everyone was like, wow.
Yeah.
Just like, naturally gifted.
Yeah, and from that moment, it was just like, oh, you can do what you want.
Yeah. You kind of earned that respect after that, didn't you? But to come to sign and then be like that is a bit of a...
He had a belly on him and everything.
Yeah. He got a bit tubby when he went to Real Madrid as well. He got a bit like... when he had that injury.
Like he got a bit thick.
The players get like that.
He was injured as well.
Obviously, where you've got to keep the strict diet and stuff like that. Once pre-season roll around, do people come back in a bit like...
Yeah, some people, that's part and parcel of summer, really. You know what I mean? You get a month off, 6 weeks at a push.
And that's completely off, no dietary requirements, or do you still got to stick to some sort of regime?
So you should towards coming back. You know coming back, so you've got to do a little bit. But some people take it as, well, this is my time off, I'm not doing anything. Which is understandable. Yeah. Because, you know, then training's at it for, you know, the whole of 10 months. So yeah, some people are like that, some people are not.
Yeah, that is crazy, man. You just never look at it like that. It's also like strict and
even like your days off after a game, it's not really a day off.
No,
because you're that sore. You know what I mean, from the game or getting home 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning from travelling away game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it's not a day off. No. Really.
Obviously, talking about playing games, do you have any like pre-match rituals that you do? Is there certain things you do in the morning before games? Because some people do, don't they?
Well, if I'm at home, I'll have a fry up or a bacon sarnie and a cup of tea. But in a hotel, you can't obviously do that.
What, before a game?
Yeah, always.
What, and you feel all right in that?
Because all the preparation's done anyway.
Yeah.
Because I eat, you know, quite healthy, but yeah, always. I just think, well, why am I going to change eating all these different things when it's worked all these years?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll just have a fry up or bacon sarnie and a cup of tea. You know what I mean? Some people are like that. I know a lad called Chris Martin. I was at Hull with him. He turned into a vegan. You know, and all this, changed it, stopped eating, and at the time when he was at Derby, he said to me he was having 2 egg and bacon rolls before a game.
Yeah,
right. He came to Hull, and the time there before he left Derby, he goes, I've gone vegan. I'm not scoring. I'm not playing well. No, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. He came to Hull and he didn't play. He couldn't move. Like he was just like, this ain't right. Like eating all this healthy. You know what I mean? And he says it's not working. And anyway, he signed at Bristol City last summer. Back to normal. Look at him banging in the goals.
Back on the bacon sarnies and that.
Yep.
That's what I mean. It's not for everyone. It's not. Some things don't work. It's all depending on your body.
It's personal preference.
It's personal preference. It's your mind.
I don't need a protein shake after training. I'll have a can of Coke after a game. Yeah. Because you've done so much energy. You know, your body needs a bit of sugar.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'll have a protein shake. I don't need that. I want a Coke.
Yeah.
And some sweets. You know what I mean? And a pizza or something.
Yeah. You want something dirty.
Yeah, because you think, well, I've done all this year.
Yeah.
Now the week's finished. Yeah. I need something.
Well, when I watched the Ben Foster one, like he does the YouTube and that. He has like the night before. He'll have like. He'll have cake, I think, some sort of cake,
apple crumble. When you're in
something like that,
when you're in a hotel, 9 times out of 10, I've had it at other clubs where there's no dessert,
nothing,
and I'm a little bit like, right, make sure them biscuits are in my bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mate, I take obnobs, and I'll always have me obnobs.
Would you do a pack though?
Oh, easy every night.
Oh, mate,
a pack.
I can do a pack though. I can do a pack.
You eat one, they're gone, isn't they?
You need to eat. Having the first one's dangerous because you need to eat the first one. You will eat the pack.
Yeah, it's done. So you go to away trips, and obviously 9 times out of 10 there's a dessert. It's always apple crumble or sticky toffee and custard. You know what I mean? So I'm always buzzing for that. But yeah, when you're at home, like the thing is, they try and do all the right things in hotels when you're away, but when you're at home, you do what you want.
Yeah.
And you're playing. You know, if you have a good game, they can't sit there and say, "Oh, what did you eat for dinner last night?" Hazard one night was late. For the coach to go to the hotel the night before the game. I think it was against Man City, or I can't remember who it was. He scored a hat-trick, and he had 2 burgers the night before. I'm not joking. He had 2 burgers and chips ordered to his room because he missed dinner. He missed dinner and missed the coach because of the traffic. It was a massive accident on the A3. Got into his room, he had 2 burgers and chips. Conte was not happy. Scored a hat-trick. Man of the match the next day.
That is unbelievable.
Conte, you run under Conte
and you weren't even allowed ketchup with him.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say.
Like that.
Yeah.
Same as Fabio Capello.
He's done that at Spurs. I actually saw an article that he's banned ketchup and brown sauce. That's it. Ketchup.
What
and brown
does
sauce.
that do to your performance? Ketchup, like, come on, let's be realistic.
And brown
that
sauce.
is absolutely.
I actually
You got to think that's
falafel.
You know, you got to think these Italians have pasta for breakfast.
Yeah,
it's totally different.
But surely they're having some sort of sauce on the pasta. I'm not saying.
No, you have olive oil and a bit of cheese.
Do they?
Yeah.
Is it nice though?
Bit dry.
Is it?
It's not the greatest.
Olive oil with cheese, man. No, man. That's what I mean. They go extra with all that stuff sometimes.
But then they'll have a glass of red wine for lunch.
Lunch?
Yeah, so I think, well, I can't have a can of Coke, but you're having red wine.
What with the coaching staff?
I can't believe
they'll even let the players do it.
They even let the players do it.
In the canteen, you'd walk up and there'll be a bottle of wine on every table.
Yeah.
So there'll be a little glass, just a little thing they do in Italy. And it stopped all the Cokes. We had Cokes in the fridge and everything. Quality, mate. Now it all went.
That's unbelievable.
They won the league though.
Did
they won the league and they were so fit. Like John Terry would sit there and he come out the other day and said, that was the fittest I've ever been in my whole career. And he stopped from eating all the shit. But he still had like a couple of biscuits and that here and there. But, he was shredded.
I can't believe Hazard had 2 burgers for a game. That is carnage.
Yeah, ripped it up the next day. Man of the match trophy. Cheers.
Later, I'm taking that home. Ball. Here we go.
Yep.
Another one to the collection.
Just going back to what you were saying earlier though, about when you have a bad touch. Obviously in front of loads and loads of fans, thousands of people, when you're not having a bad game.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're having a bad game, sorry. How is it? Is it hard to like motivate yourself? Like when you've got the fans on your back and you're getting caned. I mean, I must think that
if you're at home, when you're having a stinker, it's difficult.
Yeah.
It is very difficult, I'm not going to lie.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Because, and especially if you're losing as well, oh, mate, it's not nice, but you just have to get on with it. You just have to roll your sleeves up and...
But you can feel you can start... Of course you can. Games, you can feel the energy change.
Sometimes, and then you start going safe. You get the ball and then you start passing side or backwards. You won't play like a good ball down
risky
or a
pass.
diet.
You know you got it in your lock of it. You're not
you won't
going
do
to try
it.
it. Yeah.
The stinker today. Got home, you think, for fuck's sake. But then it is what it is. Parcel.
That's where it comes back to the confidence of the game, doesn't it? Just having that confidence.
Everyone's going to have a stinker. Bloody hell, you know what I mean? Whatever level you are.
Yeah, that's true. And everyone has a bad game.
But when you're away and you're having a bad game, you know you are, because the fans are always going to get on you whether you have a good game or...
Yeah.
Can you hear the fans? I've always actually wondered this. When you're playing...
Obviously, I play right back, so I take the throw-ins. And
so you're just getting slaughtered.
Corners, free kicks or whatever. Mate, get absolutely pelted.
I've been that guy though, man. I would love to score. I'm talking about the guy to I think for Luton it was George Moncur. Every time he scored a goal, he's running straight to the away fans. I think it was against Oxford United. I think he's from Swindon, so there's Swindon Oxford have got a rivalry. I think scores a free kick. Luton are going up straight in front of the away fans, doing all that. And obviously, Luton is all tight.
Yeah.
But have you ever when you've scored your goals or something? Have you gone over to the away fans and stuff like that?
I did it to. I scored 2. last game of the season when I was at Hull.
Yeah.
We needed to win to get into playoffs, and so did they. So it was like whoever
It's
wins
a bit of
gets
a
sixth.
big
So it
game,
was big.
huge
Yeah,
game.
I think it was all the second to last game of the season. So yeah, I scored 2 bangers.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. One of the celebrations was the Conor McGregor walk.
Oh,
Yeah, and I went to their fans because it was at their stadium.
just giving it
Giving it this,
the
and I gave it
billionaire
that.
strut.
I gave it that, and they were, "You fucking wanker, blah blah," and all this. And then the next one, I scored another banger, and I just turned around and I pointed at me,
Yeah.
and they were, honestly, I loved it.
That's what it's about with
That's
football,
what it's
though,
about,
man. Like, you got to have that, as long as no one's taking it too far, with, like, pelting.
If I score for
Coins.
Coventry this year, well, when I score,
When I saw,
my celebration. Watch
we'll
out.
keep an
It's
eye out.
coming.
We'll
It's
keep an
good
eye
banter.
out.
I've already got it planned.
I thought you were going to score the other day when it come across to you. I think it come to your left foot in the box.
Yeah.
And I thought I was
Yeah,
thinking
but I was
watching it.
already in the air, and it was
Yeah.
just like, oh bloody hell! But no, I've got a good celebration. I've told one of the lads, this is what I want to do, and I need you to help me.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Because even in our Spotify trailer when we're talking about football and that, like, I'm that guy. On a Sunday, I'm scoring. There's no one there. I'm doing all sorts of
course,
celebrations.
That's
Do you
what
know
it's
what I mean?
all about.
Some people hate that.
No,
for
they
Sunday
hate it.
League, though.
People
they
come up,
hate
do
it. They hate
people
it.
come up to me on our team. I've had people come up to me and go, "You're a knobend. Why are you doing all that for?" If I stop celebrating when I'm playing football, I may as well stop playing football. Like,
The day you stop enjoying and celebrating
Yeah,
the goal,
the day
you should stop
playing.
playing. You should
Yeah,
stop
the day
playing.
you
I
stop.
go and watch my mates and they're celebrating. I'm buzzing off it.
Yeah.
Even if they're losing 5-0 and
Yeah,
they score.
yeah.
So what?
It's like that kid inside you that's always been inside
Yeah.
you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to celebrate when you score. It's passion of the game, innit?
That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Obviously, in a professional, in the professional side of it, if you're losing, you're not really going to be.
Yeah,
celebrating.
no, I can
You know
understand
what I mean?
if you're losing. Yeah,
I don't look too good.
no, it's not going to look good at all.
That's what I mean. I can't be doing that celebration with.
You 5-0 down.
Yeah. It would be good banter though, but
Nah, because everyone would look at, because you're so under the eye.
Yeah.
How actually saying that, because you've been in a professional environment from 8 years old, you don't really know no different. Is that, how do you cope with that? Like,
for me, it's normal.
yeah,
And like everybody else that's come through an academy, it's normal. Whereas sometimes you got like the likes of Charlie Austin,
Yeah.
Jamie
Vardy, I was going to
coming
say.
from working on a building site to now playing in the Premier League and
completely forgot.
Charlie playing in the Championship now.
was on the building site as well, wasn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was telling me like, he used to pick his missus up from work in a blue van after work, and I think bloody hell, like you don't really see that
Yeah.
side of it from coming from the academy because you're wrapped up in cotton wool.
Yeah. Well, them sorts of players will, like, I'll look at football different to them, and they'll look at football different from you, because obviously yous have all been in a different sort of environment before. Like, they've kind of lived not a normal life, but a life that 90% of us live.
Even like now, I heard that like Jamie Vardy has like 3-4 Red Bulls before
Yeah,
a
I've
game.
seen
I actually heard that
The
same thing.
espressos and stuff
Yeah.
like that. He has a mad amounts of caffeine.
Like, I hear all
man.
these things, and I'm just like, how can you tell someone like that what to do?
Yeah.
When he
Yeah.
started from literally the bottom and gone right to the top, played for England, and you're trying to tell him to have a protein shake.
Yeah.
I think, come on.
Does that help with longevity, do you think? People say about Jamie Vardy, because he hadn't been doing all them reps from so young, that's why he can still play so good.
Maintain
at
his
his
sort
age,
of
yeah,
form,
maintain
yeah.
his
Maybe.
form. Do you
Maybe.
think that?
I don't know.
Everybody's different, probably
Yeah,
it comes down
everybody's
to, doesn't it?
different. With the way he plays, I'm pretty sure he'll be able to do that for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah.
I think he'll end up travelling back down the leagues. I think he's one of them players. I don't think he'll retire at Leicester.
I think
No,
he'll
I
retire
think
at
he'll
Leicester.
stay.
Do you
I think
think?
he'll stay, yeah. I think he'll
I think
stay
so,
in
yeah.
the... What is he? He's 32, 33. He's definitely got 3-4 more... Like, even if they're not great years, he's got 3 or 4 decent years in him in the Prem. And then
Or
after
he's
that,
just brought this club in America, hasn't he?
I'm not sure.
Is he?
I think he's got some investment in the club in America, so you could see him maybe going over there.
Yeah, potentially.
Living out his days in the sun. Who wouldn't want to do that?
Would that be
States.
something you would like to look to do
Yeah, I'd
towards
love
the end
to.
of your career?
Yeah.
Go abroad and just...
100%. I'm open to go anywhere. Just want to play as long as I can.
Yeah.
And wherever that is, I'm not really fussed. Whether that's, Australia, Dubai, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
China.
Yeah. I'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
Just keep playing.
Keep playing.
Yeah.
It's good.
What was it like for you the first time you got called up for England representing your country?
Quality.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I got a call, I was, I always remember it. I was for the under-19s, had training, went into training, and manager at the time was Dermot Drummy. He called me up to his office, and he never called me up to his office ever. And he was just like, Toddy, I said, what? And he was just like, no, because the way he was talking to me at the time, I was thinking, what have I done here now? And I was sitting there going up to his, I was thinking, well, I ain't done anything. And he was just like, what are you doing at the weekend? And I was like, I'm not sure yet, because we had a few days off because it was international break. I was like, I'm not sure yet, probably go home. He's like, I was like, why? He's like, going to England. And I was like, fuck off. And he was like, yeah, you going to you've been called up. I was fucking going then. I was fucking buzzing from it, to be honest. Rang my mum and dad, obviously buzzing. Yeah, and then when I played, at the time, the team now are all playing Premier League.
Yeah.
Who was in that team then when you
Harry Kane, Ross Barkley.
Oh, wow.
Jesse Lingard, Harry Kane, Patrick Bamford.
Everyone.
Yeah, all of them.
And Bamford would have been with you at Chelsea as well, wouldn't he?
Yeah. So
he's smashing it at Leeds now.
Yeah, he's flying. So yeah, it was it was quality. And then I always remember I played my debut at Leyton Orient. Yeah, and I set up Patrick Bamford.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So I always remember that. And then for the 21s, I was at Blackburn on loan. Gary Bowyer, the assistant that got promoted to being the manager at the time, caretaker manager. Again, he was just like, Toddy, I need to see you after. I was thinking, what's going on here now?
Yeah.
Because he calls me, I have a good relationship with him. And he was just like quite serious at this time. And I was thinking, fuck's sake, like, what have I done? I was panicking. I was thinking, because it ain't nice being called into the manager's office.
Yeah, no.
So you sit down and you're chatting away. And he was just like, I've just got an email about you. I said, what? He was like, you've been picked for the 21s. I was thinking, fucking hell, buzzing.
Were a lot of the same players in that 21 squad as they were in the...
John Joe Shelby, Raheem, Sterling.
What was he like? Is he a good player on the training pitch? Raheem Sterling?
Oh, it's quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so good. He's so strong.
Is he?
Oh,
he looks like he uses his body.
Mate,
well.
No, that's the
promise
thing with
you
football.
now.
That you can be as small as you like. If you can put your body in
Good
the way...
centre of gravity.
He was so good. You had Ravel Morrison there, Harry Kane again, John Joe Shelby, Luke Shaw, and then a few of the boys got promoted to the first team from there. And yeah, it was just quality.
Is it a good crack going away with England? I bet it's a good laugh.
It is, because there's so many quality players there. You know what I mean? It's so good.
You're getting good reps.
Yeah.
Like, training must be better than...
Does it make it so much easier as well when you play with these quality players? Or
it does make it easier. No, it does make it a lot easier. I played, really, really good when I played for England. But you're playing with them quality of players, you know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, we was better than all the other countries that we was playing against, sorry. And yeah, I loved it. But yeah, like it was really good. Really.
That England team is mental. Like you said, half of them then from there to go up to the first team, be playing for England now and in the Premier League.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah,
but that brings me back down to, this is a question we like to ask everyone that's been on so far. It's kind of like our question of the pod, sort of something like that. But what's been your most euphoric moment in life? It doesn't have to be to do with football, but like a moment where you've taken everything in, kind of like your peak moment, like the most euphoric.
So far?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be to do with football. It could be with anything.
Good question.
It can be to do with football, though.
It can be. Like, obviously, some might say scoring in front of 30,000, but like, it could just be anything. It doesn't have to be a football.
Probably say, at the time, Champions League final.
Yeah.
Not just for me, for Chelsea Academy at the time. Because I think that was like the first time where lads that had come through the academy, myself and 3 or 4 other boys that were involved. And my family, really. Because I had family and that went to the game, season ticket holders, and I could see them in the stadium, you know what I mean? And yeah, probably that moment. I won't probably forget that moment, but yeah, no one's very rare going to be able to say they can experience that.
Yeah,
but you're in a small bracket of people that can say they've been in the squad for a Champions League final. I mean, that's a really small
don't get me
bracket
wrong.
of people.
People sit down. You didn't play. Well, of course not.
You got picked.
Yeah, I got picked at 18.
I mean, people would kill to get an opportunity to be mixed.
People would
mixing them
to,
sort of
to go watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Kill to go watch it, let alone be around the players when they're going through that time. And in
people
professional
say that
sports, in our sort of in amateur, I can kind of understand it a bit more because you're not training or stuff. Unless you're just turning up, playing, whatever. Yeah. In professional sports, you're training with these people every day. You're part of the team. You're making these players better. You're working on shape with them. Do you know what I mean? So you are
every
involved,
detail that goes in and stuff like that. To the build up. When I got told, because I was training with the first team at the time anyway, every day, and then a couple of days later, they were like, "Toddy, you got a passport?" I said, "Yeah, why?" They were like, "Oh, we're just wondering, like, there's an end of season tour thing," and I was thinking, "Oh, right." You know what I mean? I didn't think
going back on loan.
Yeah. Okay, where am I going next year? Yeah. Anyway, I thought, like, cool. Anyway, the next day, so this is on the Thursday. This is on the Thursday. Oh no, the Wednesday. The Wednesday, asking about my passport. Anyway, I get in my car and I get a phone call. I was thinking, what do they want now? I've just left. Told you need to come back. I'm like, okay, cool. Went in and I always remember it. Steve Holland, the assistant at the time.
He's at England now as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
He
pulled me and said, Toddy, there's a tracksuit downstairs and your suit and everything. You're travelling with us tomorrow.
Oh, God, I bet that feeling was...
I was like, he's like, yeah, you're travelling with us. Go and see the ladies to sort your tickets and your mum and dad's flight.
Oh, so they sort out your mum and dad as well?
Yeah, because Chelsea, they put on a flight and hotel for the families and everything.
For everyone playing.
Yeah, but they all got, as many as they wanted.
Yeah.
So, obviously I wanted my whole family there, but at the time, there was only one ticket, one flight for the ticket and for the game. And I was like, no, look, my mum and dad are coming. I don't care how you find a way, my mum and dad are coming. So, yeah. Rang my mum and dad and they're fucking going mad.
Oh, that's an unbelievable.
That is good.
Like, all my family are already out there already.
Yeah.
And I said to my mum, I'm in a fucking thing, like, tomorrow. You know what I mean? So I got there in the morning on the Thursday or the Friday. I can't remember. I think we went 2 days before. Turned up in my car. I had a little Corsa at the time. And obviously I was first there. I'm not going to fucking be late. You know what I mean? And
I bet you couldn't sleep, man. I bet
I packed all my bag ready because we got like all suitcases, suits, like everything. And I was fucking so excited. Got on the coach, went to the private airport, Farnborough. Got on a plane. I got on this plane, mate, and I thought, fucking hell, like, this ain't no easy jet.
What was it like?
Mate, I promise you, it was like, Air Force One?
Yeah.
Mate,
was it like that?
And I sat next to Ashley Cole. No joke. I said, Ash, you sitting here? And he was like, yeah. Anyway, I sat down. I remember him sitting here and he put his headphones on and just went to sleep and I thought, right, this shit's serious, man. Like, I'm not going to be having no banter on here, am I? So I sat down. The whole fucking journey, I was just like looking around thinking, fucking hell, like, everyone is like fully focused.
Zoned in.
Yeah, because at times, like when you travel away in the Premier League and stuff, everyone's having a laugh, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It was silent.
Well, everyone was just
like
thinking
silent.
about the game.
I promise you, mate. Whether they were thinking about the game or whatever.
Well, look at that Bayern Munich team they were playing.
Yeah.
Like, that was a serious team. That weren't no joke.
It was literally silent because I was the youngest and they'll say, oh, Toddy, get the teas in or whatever.
Yeah.
No.
What, on the plane?
No, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
It was like, them kind of things. Like, and I sat down and it was like, bloody hell. Like, I'll keep my mouth shut here then. So, yeah.
Take it all in.
It was quality, mate. And then we arrived. We got on the coach, mate. I promise you not. There was like a police escort to the hotel. I've never seen so many people outside the hotel, mate.
It's all Chelsea fans.
Oh my God. It was literally
whole sea of them.
I'm telling you. And I was just like, wow.
That is amazing.
And then where we stayed,
It's amazing.
It's giving me goosebumps a little bit.
We had a rooftop.
This is incredible.
We had a rooftop. So everyone was like, went out to look and, say hello to the fans and that. Then we was in our rooms or whatever. And in my rooms, you can hear all the fans outside singing, fucking flares, fireworks a lot. And then, it was like so like weird because my mum and dad would be FaceTiming me, and they're there, like with the fans. You know what I mean? Like they're there, and I'm looking at them, fucking waving and all this, and family and that. Like, it's an amazing feeling. Don't get me wrong.
Are your dad and stuff Chelsea fans as well? So it was even more. I bet it was just.
Yeah, it was literally like you couldn't write it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, like obviously, you went to bed, woke up, day of the game. Got told, Toddy, you're going to be on the bench. And I was like, hey? He was like, yeah, fucking, there's a couple of people struggling because they were suspended at the time as well. And I thought, fuck me. I was shit myself. I didn't sleep. I was doing fucking, at the time, because I was on the top roof because I didn't think I was going to be on the bench or anything. So me and a few of the academy boys and the staff was upstairs doing like this fucking gym program, like a little bit of core and that in the sun, having a laugh. And they were like, Toddy, what are you doing? I was like, what? He's like, you're going to be on the bench later. He's like, go in your room. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, go in the room. I was like, all right, cool. Went to my room, mate. I just fucking laid there like that. Mate, mad. Got to the game. I promise you now, like, it was like, wow, what am I doing? Like, I had this Champions League final, like, pass thing on in my tracksuit, turning up to the game.
That just sounds
incredible.
That is giving me goosebumps just listening to explain that story.
And it's all here.
It's just unbelievable.
I can picture it right now. Go in the dressing room, my kit was laid out. All the boys and that. I was just thinking, like, don't get me wrong, I've gone in the dressing room and all these things. It's not the same feeling.
Nah, it's business.
Like, went on the pitch.
It's not business.
Went on the pitch, and I see my mum and dad and family and that. Like, it was amazing. I was.
What an experience!
Yeah, fucking hell, like.
So was you on the bench then for the game? No. So
I was in the squad.
Oh, so what happened with? Did they not just? I thought. Did they not put you in on the end?
No, because David Luiz was going to have a injection.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't think if he was going to play or not.
Oh, all right. So
yeah.
And then because Terry was out as well, wasn't he?
So I was doing a private warm up I was in my kit, boots, everything, doing a warm up. Then I had to go in the dressing room and do another warm up because I was saying, "Oh, David Luiz ain't going to play. Toddy, you on the bench." And I was all right, cool. Like,
getting you prepared. And
and I was in my kit and everything. And then he played, and obviously I put my tracksuit back on and went outside to watch the game. And yeah, like, it was fucking quality.
That is amazing, man.
Yeah. What happens after? Obviously, they won it.
The party.
Is it crazy after?
Yeah, I was just sat with my mum.
Like the after party.
Yeah, like you had Roman Abramovich come to the hotel.
Yeah.
Have you met him?
Yeah.
What's he like?
Oh, he's so nice, mate.
Really?
Yeah. I backed him at table tennis as well.
Did you?
You played him at table tennis?
Always. So yeah, I was at the hotel and I sat with my mum and dad. Obviously, it's not for me, but everyone was celebrating, and me and mum and dad were like just obviously amazed, of the experience. And that's it. And then when we flew back to London, but it was the parade the next day.
The open bus. Yeah.
So obviously my mum and dad and that were there as well, and they got on the flight because on the way back all the family and everything was on the plane. So I sat with my mum and dad and that, and just won't forget that kind of. That is 48 hours.
Unbelievable.
That's what I mean. However you look at it, or things didn't go your way, stuff like that. Like, you have lived. Like, you have lived a career that, like, you should just be proud of yourself.
You should be really proud of yourself.
Way you look at it, because like for two people here that don't even think. Oh, I don't even know. I can't even get my.
I'm shell-shocked about that story. And the way he speaks about it, like it's normal. The way you're going, oh, David Luiz was having. I'm thinking David Luiz.
I'm seeing David Luiz 70 yarders in against Fulham.
Yeah. Probably got a better barnet than you.
That is amazing. No, that's what I mean. You should just be proud of your career, man. And it's not over, to be fair. I think you're going to go on to do good things. And obviously, listen, if it's out of Luton and Coventry to go up, I do want Luton to go up. I'm not going to lie. But Luton look like they've bottled it. They're dropping now. So Coventry, I'll be looking
we've got a chance.
the whole season.
Got a great chance. You know what I mean? Come Christmas, see where we are and take every game as it comes. That's it, really. Yeah.
Rain, anything we ain't covered that you want to say or speak about?
What are they like? Did they teach you money management? Because obviously at a young age you've come into learning money. Is it just like
no, nothing?
You just learn it yourself.
You get paid that, and obviously you just hope that you got good family around you to help you.
Yeah.
And that's it, really.
Oh, no, that's it. Yeah. You've had a mad career, though, isn't it? It's mad to see someone's story, because like he said, he just finds it normal, but it's like, you're actually a professional. It's nuts.
Yeah.
I feel so fortunate to have you on. I'm like,
do a lot of other people,
really
a lot of other people have gone downhill, like got money quick, and it's sort of like they don't know how to handle it. They're doing boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I've done stupid things, but at the end of the day,
You've learned.
Yeah, of course you'd learn, and you're getting paid good money at a young age. It doesn't matter what work of life you're in. If you're getting some sort of bonus, you're going to go and treat yourself, aren't you? And
it's not anything.
Yeah, of course you are. And yeah, ours is obviously the same. You know what I mean? Whether that's buying cars or clothes or what normal people do. It doesn't really matter. It's still swings and roundabouts. You know what it is. So yeah, you just have to kind of be sensible. Really.
Learn on the way.
What is the hardest thing, or the thing you do struggle with the most for a winger, defending a winger?
This is a thing for you.
This is for me. Yeah, this is selfish. This is selfish.
Well, it depends, because I'd like to think I'm quite fast, but there's always someone faster. You know what I mean? I like to show someone the line. If they're fast, I prefer defending against someone that's quite quick.
Yeah.
Because you can kind of show them outside and back yourself, really.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not going to stop every cross or stop him from doing everything because he's a good player.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the tricky ones that can go inside, outside, play left foot, right foot, come in, link up, play a 1-2 rounder. They're very
a lot
difficult.
of off the ball stuff.
Where if you've got a direct winger so obviously I'm playing on the right. If he's left footed, I prefer that.
Yeah.
It's it's more, I would say, easier to defend than playing against someone tricky that's coming in to link up and all this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just going off of that though, who is the best winger you think you played against 1-on-1, or who you've played against in your career so far, and you thought he's got a bit?
Cool.
Who stands out for you? Really
Stands out. There's a couple. Zaha at Palace.
Yeah, he would be, like you said,
he looks
so strong though.
He moves the ball so quick
good.
between his feet, man.
Yeah, he was good. He was fucking very good as well. Because I obviously know about him, and he was in my England team. But he used to go inside, outside, left foot, right foot, and I'm thinking,
he's turning you inside out.
Yeah, and it was like the real eye opener of thinking, bloody hell, I'll always remember playing against him. There's another player, Ajax. I can't remember his name. But yeah, he was quality.
Yeah.
He was very, very good. And I just thought, wow, I've come out of that. Don't get me wrong, I had a good game.
Yeah.
Got a couple of assists and all.
And
Let's get that in.
Yeah. A couple yellows.
And a yellow.
Yeah, and I come out of that game and I thought, wow, he's good.
Yeah.
He's fucking good.
That is mental, man.
Yeah.
No, but that wraps up another.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, we're pretty wraps up.
Positive podcast, and I hope to come to. I'd hope for you to go up just automatic, but if it's a Wembley little promotion push, I think I might have to be there. A little number 20 shirt on my back, Todd Kane.
That'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
But thank you for coming on, man.
No worries,
really
man.
appreciate it.
Appreciate that a lot.
Nah, it's cool.
And that wraps up another episode of Fijian Ginge. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks very much.